Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's Quita from At Home with Quita. So glad that you stopped by to catch another video. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I plan my monthly. So it pretty much all starts for me in terms of a successful month with having my monthly planned out. And so I'm going to share with you guys how I do that. But first, if you're new here, I hope you'll stick around and consider subscribing. I also hope you'll give me a thumbs up if you enjoy this video. So let's get on started and plan out the month. If you want to see that, make sure to keep watching. All right, you guys, so my monthly is something that I have to plan for every single month in order to stay on track with those tasks that I need completed. And so I thought I would show you guys how I plan my month out. Just in case you're wondering, I know a lot of people don't use the monthly part of the planner, but for me, that's very important. Also, something that's important for me is the at a glance pages. And so this is how our at a glance pages looks. We have the calendar on the outside, and then when you open it up, you've got all of the monthlies with the dates and everything. So this works out very well for me because what I can do is I can come here for that particular month, see what we've got going on, and then I take that and I transfer that to the actual monthly of the calendar. So this is equally as important as my monthly, but in terms of when I look to plan my week out, I don't come here. I always come to my monthly. So if something pops up in the middle of the month, I do come and write it here, but I also just go ahead and write it on my monthly if we've already started that month. So let's go to July. And I mentioned on Instagram that I am using a different layout. It's a new layout to our shop. So I'm really excited to share with you guys how that looks. It is called the week on one layout. So you guys know we do have a week on two layout. Now we have a week on one layout. So this is how that looks. And so what I've started to do is kind of pre-plan some things out. So I'll add a little sticky here, a little sticky there. This is a transparent sticky. So that way I can write in some things before I actually plan out that week. I can just dump it here really quickly. So I do that as well. And that all just contributes to a successful month, for me at least. So I've got the first 2 weeks planned out because I'm just so excited to use this layout, as you can see. And so I'm going to go ahead and pull the month out. And then I am going to lay that here. What I also like to do is I go to the previous month that we were in, and I look and I see some recurring things, because when it comes to my monthly, there are lots of things that are recurring, and then there's also things that are not recurring. So I just like to skim and see kind of how I structured my month out, what I added that are recurrent that I will need to add to the next month as well. Like I know we do the library or the dog park on Wednesdays. I know that we do have our meeting Zoom on Tuesdays and Sundays. I have some stuff going on with my creative team that I like to write in here. We do a Facebook Live every Sunday. We have just different things going on throughout the week that I like to just reference this and see and make sure that I don't forget to add that to this calendar. So what I do first is decorate it, because of course we want it to look pretty. And so I've pulled some stickers here that I think will work for the monthly. Sometimes it can be a little challenging planning for the monthly because of the way that the pages are structured. And so I decided to use the homebody sticker books. I have a mini and classic, and I just like to do a little bit of decoration first just to make it aesthetically pleasing for me, and that way everything flows. So let me go ahead and do that really quickly. I don't feel the need to talk you through that process. I'm just going to go ahead and add the stickers I would like. I also date it at this time. Most of the time when it comes to this monthly here, I'll just write in the dates. We do have date dots that go perfectly on all of our planners, because you know our planners are undated. But if you want to date it, these date dots are perfect. They fit in the square perfectly. They also fit on all of our weekly layouts perfectly as well, no matter what the size is. So this is what I'll be using to date everything out. So let's go ahead and date it out, get those stickers on the pages, and then I'll come back and I'll show you how I write things in and how things are structured when it comes to my monthly. All right, really quickly chiming back in. I know I said I was going to go ahead and decorate the whole entire spread, but I thought I would mention that when it comes to layering stickers onto the monthly planner, because the space is so limited, I have to really be strategic. So what I tend to do is go ahead and highlight my appointments first. So I'll go ahead and, of course, put decorative stickers down. But when it comes to laying squares or boxes or anything like that I'm going to write on, I'll go ahead and highlight whatever those appointments are. Not the recurring things, only just the stuff that is just like, you know, events, outings, appointments, things like that. I'll go ahead and highlight those first. And then at that point, I know I'm pretty much free to do whatever I want, but I want to make sure that I get those down first. So that is pretty much how I structure things when it comes to layering stickers and laying stickers and adding stickers to the monthly, is that you want to make sure that you're able to actually write in those appointments. So you want to consider those things first. And then after that, you have pretty much free reign to do what you will once you write in what you have going on. And so if you lay this here, of course, you know you can't write on the 8th. But if you know you don't have anything on the 8th, and you probably won't have anything on the 8th, then you can go ahead and do that. So that's why I like to do the adding of the events and things first before I really go ham and add all of the stickers. Okay, so we've got everything all decorated, and I love how everything looks. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to first write in on the side here some things that I want to make sure that I don't forget to do, and that may not necessarily have a date assigned to them, but I still want to make sure that I'm mindful of them. And what that typically comes from is that comes from the end of the previous month's spreads. So that's the last week of that month. I'll look here in the to-do section. I'll see if there's anything I wasn't able to do that needs to be pushed to the next month. I'll go ahead and write it in that notes section that I just showed you. And then once I get ready to plan out my first week of that month, then I'll go ahead and transition that over to that first week, or whatever week it pertains to, or I'll just leave it on the monthly until I decide to assign it to the week. Again, it doesn't have a particular day. That's why the dashboard layout works so well for me, because it has this to-do list section here. So that way, these are things that just are random things that I know I need to do during the month, but I'm not assigning them to a day. So that is what I do on the monthly overview, the same type of thing. And then once I get ready to plan it out, then I'll go ahead and either write it in the to-do section of the dashboard layout, or I'll go ahead and write it on the day that it is assigned to. Okay, it's just a couple of things I want to make sure that I don't forget about, so I'll write them in on the sidebar. If there's anything else that I see that I need to add, then I'll add that here as well in the white space. So next thing I want to do is I want to see if there are any bills that are going to be due. Now, a lot of my bills are auto pay. Y'all know that we use a spreadsheet for our budgeting system. For my business and social media expenses, that is done in a totally separate planner. But I do like to highlight some things here so I can make sure that I don't forget to pay certain things that are not auto payments. And so first and foremost, I know that I have a bill that's due on the 1st. So I want to write that in because that's not an auto payment, that's an actual bill that I need to pay. Okay, and that's super important. And then I also want to highlight the YouTube pay date. So I get paid for YouTube on the 21st. And then also from Amazon on the 31st, or I'm sorry, on the 30th. And then also I think Notique is on the 17th, either the 15th or the 17th. So I just like to know what money I have coming in on this planner as well. And other than that, I don't have any other bills that are not recurring, which I just normally do recurring. That's just easiest for me. So I don't have to remember. I do know I have my Sam's Club payment that is not recurring. So let me see when that is. So I make sure I don't forget to pay that. I think I paid it off, but let me just make sure. Okay, so that's on the 10th. Okay, so I just like to write that in just to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. So now that that is done, and I want to make sure, is that done? Is there anything else that I'm forgetting? I think I'm good. Okay, so now we're going to head back on over to our at a glance pages, and we're going to see what we have going on for the month of July. I think we're pretty much booked every weekend in July. And so let me make sure that I write those in first, and that's why I put those boxes here, because I knew I wanted to add a sticker, but I also wanted to make sure I had the space like we talked about to be able to write in whatever that appointment is. So I'm having company over on the 3rd. Okay, and also on the 10th. And then I am going out of town on the 15th. We're going to New Jersey for a wedding. Okay, and we will be gone until we return on Sunday the 18th. No, I'm sorry, Monday the 19th, because our wedding's on the 18th. Okay, and then we return. Okay. So I know when looking at my calendar that nothing is to be booked during that time frame. So that's why my monthly is so important for me. And then I also, when it comes to my monthly, I have a refrigerator magnet. And on that refrigerator magnet, I take and transfer all of this stuff on the magnet so that way the family can see it. Because there's been so many instances where they'll say, do we have anything going on? And I'm like, look at the calendar, okay? It's on the refrigerator for a reason. So I'll show you how my June looks so that way you can see what I mean when I'm talking about that calendar. It's fantastic. I am thinking about adding those to the shop. So let me know if that's something that you want to see. It'll be completely customized. I may even do a poll on Instagram to see what you guys would like to see me add to the calendar to make it super functional. But I love that calendar. It's neutral, it's sleek. And again, I write in every single thing that you see here is transferred onto that calendar so that the family can see. So I know it seems like a lot, but trust me, you're doing this at the beginning of the month. So it's not like you're doing it every week. You're only doing it one time a month. And trust me, when it comes to getting things organized and making sure everyone's on the same page, it is totally worth it. So this is our family calendar. As you can see, everything is written in for June. It also came with the second calendar for chores and things, so sometimes I'll write the kids' chores there. But mostly this calendar is what I use to make sure that we are all on the same page. As you can see, everything is written in day by day. If they have a question about what we're doing, they can come here to the calendar and they can see exactly what we have going on for the month. So this is essential when it comes to planning my month as well. All right, so another thing that we have going on. Do we have anything else going on? Nope. I know that we'll probably book something on the 24th. And if we don't book something on the 24th, we typically try to fit in at least one family Saturday per month where we'll go and do something. I want to take the kids to the zoo, and I know school is going to be starting soon. So we definitely want to plan something out for what's going to be one of the last weekends of July. And I believe they start school the Wednesday of the 4th of August. So this is going to be very important time of the month, so that I'm sure will get filled in. So that's why I went ahead and just put a sticker there, because I know for sure something's gonna happen that weekend. So I'm gonna go ahead and add another sticker to the 31st, since that is a day that we'll probably be doing something as well, and I don't wanna forget. All right, so now that we've got that out of the way, what I also like to do is I go onto my phone and I check and I make sure I didn't add an appointment to my phone that I didn't add to my actual at a glance pages or my monthly. Sometimes that happens. And so I'll go in and I'll just double check and see if there's anything that I forgot to add. So Wimbledon is coming up on the 2nd, looks like the 2nd of July. I love tennis. You guys know I'm a tennis fanatic, so that's why Wimbledon is actually on my calendar. And it normally starts on a Monday, so it probably is not going to start on the 2nd. I would think maybe it would start on the 5th. I'm going to double check that. I also have to turn in my time on the 1st for my ministry. I don't want to forget to do that. Okay. And let me look up Wimbledon real quick. So as you guys can see, I add every single thing I can think of to the calendar so I don't forget anything. I also love to do wacky holidays. So I'll look some of those up as well, just to see some of those fun holidays that we may want to add to the calendar as well. So first, let me look Wimbledon up and see when that starts. Okay, so Wimbledon actually starts on the 28th of June. So I'm going to write that here. And it goes until the 11th of July. So I'm just gonna write 7/11 at the bottom, just so I know that that's when it ends. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I completely wrote that in on the wrong date. We are in July. We're currently in June, but we are planning for July, y'all. What am I doing? So that is wrong. So I am going to come up here on the 12th, or I'm sorry, the 11th, and put Wimbledon ends. Oh my goodness. And I'm gonna go into my June and write Wimbledon. Okay, y'all, what am I doing? Okay, so I don't care that that's there. I'm not gonna cross it off because that's gonna make it look it's gonna make it look messy. So I know what I'm doing, so I'm not gonna even worry with it. So again, I like to look up wacky holidays as well, just to see some of those fun things that we can, you know, it's fun to kind of look at those wacky holidays, like when they have like National Best Friend Day or National, you know, Siblings Day, things like that. I think those are fun. So I don't add everything to the calendar, just a couple of things. Okay, so I go into this website. It's called holidayinsight.com, and it tells you day by day what is going on. So like July 1st is Canada Day, Creative Ice Cream Flavors Day, International Chicken Wing Day, International Joke Day, National Postal Worker Day. So these are just cute little wacky holidays. So I will write one for the 1st, which is going to be Chicken Wing Day, because I love chicken wings. And I'm going to write it here on this day and just put an arrow, because I don't have enough space to write it there, and I don't want it to look jumbled and messy. And let's see, nothing really on the 2nd I'm interested in, or the 3rd, stay out of the Sunday, eat beans day, yeah. Nothing on the 4th. So I just kind of write in a couple of things. Like July 7th is Chocolate Day. July 17th is Emoji Day. Hammock Day is on the 27th or 22nd. Cousin's Day is on the 24th. So I just write in a couple of things, y'all, to make it more fun and to be able to acknowledge those little fun, wacky days. Lasagna Day is on the 29th. This is All or Nothing Day. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm sure you normally see all this stuff posted on social media, so you can kind of know as well. Parents' Day is on the 25th. All right, so I think I filled it up with enough of those wacky holidays. And so now I go ahead and write in what is recurring. So I know that Sundays, every Sundays, we have Zoom at 10 a.m. for our religious meetings. And then I also have a Facebook Live and I just put that at the bottom with a colon until I figure out who is going to do that. And then I just repeat it for every Sunday. And on the 18th, since I'll be at a wedding, I am not going to be on that Zoom, but I do want to put Facebook Live just so I'll know. I won't be on it probably, but I'll know who's doing it. All right, so Monday I have Addison's Bible study, and that is really the only thing I do on Monday. So I'm just going to go ahead and write that in. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it on the 19th. She'll be at my mother-in-law's house, so she'll be able to do it because we'll be returning home that day. But I'm still going to write it in just because I already did. All right, Tuesdays we also have a Zoom at 7:30. And that is all that we do on Tuesday. It's another religious meeting we have. Okay, see how that looks? I love writing things in, y'all. It just makes things so much easier when you just write it in. Wednesday, we do the library or the dog park. So I'll do the library one week and then dog park the next week. By the way, I'm using my Papermate Flare. I love this. It writes a little bit darker, so things tend to stand out a little bit more. And so I like to use this when I'm planning my monthlies. All right, Thursday is our family worship. We won't be able to do that Thursday because I'll be out of town. Okay, Friday, we were going to the water park every Friday. Well, we normally do that every summer. We have a little aquatic center in the area, so we were trying to do that every Friday. We've gone already in June, and so I like to write that here just to let myself know that either we're going to do that or we're going to do something. We're going to take a break, turn off work, and spend some time with the kids. I won't be able to do it that week because we will be out of town. All right, we also want to do like maybe Six Flags or something like that. So that is the day that we'll use to kind of do something recreationally with the kids. I've already written in all of my Saturday appointments. We do also have ministry on Saturday. So I'm gonna write that in at 10. Okay, and then I'll be out of town here, and then we'll write it. All right, and I don't write in things anymore like grocery shopping. I know I do that on Sunday, you know, things like that. I don't know. I've changed over the years. I don't really write that stuff in anymore. I know that I have to do that, so I don't really feel the need to write it in. So I'm going to look and make sure I'm not forgetting anything. And I know I did start to look at my phone to make sure that I didn't forget anything that maybe I put on my phone that I didn't write here. And that's what got me thinking about Wimbledon, because I had that here on the calendar. So I'm just going to go through. Okay, I do have an anniversary. That is something else that I put on the calendar. Whenever I have an anniversary, a friend's anniversary, I make sure I highlight that because that is important. And I want to make sure that I don't forget to shout that person out on their anniversary, buy them a gift. I'm very big on anniversaries. And so I want to make sure that I have that marked on the calendar. So I'm going to grab a sticker that I can do that with. And it's on the 6th. can grab one that will fit. I'm not sure if I'm just gonna write it in because I feel like if I add a sticker, it's gonna mess everything up, so. All right, perfect. And so, good thing that I look here because I don't always put anniversaries on the At a Glance. I typically, when I find that out from someone, I'll just go ahead and put it in on here, and that works for me. All right, and then we do also have our CO visit on the 24th. See, I'm glad that I looked here. And so that is going to be, that's going to be Tuesday the 20th. So that is on a Tuesday. So I'll write that here. All right, just make sure I got everything. Okay, I have another anniversary on the 27th. All right, that is it. So I've written in every single thing that I know I need to do. I've looked at the previous months. So again, just to talk you through the steps of what I typically do, I look at the previous months, see if there's any tasks here that I wasn't able to complete that month. I'll write them here until I can assign them a day or just put them on the to-do list of that first week of the month. And then I'll write in any bills that I have for that particular month. Not every single bill, just certain bills I want to make sure that I see. And then also, well, every bill I want to see, but some things are recurring and some things aren't. So I want to make sure I add those to the calendar, the ones that are not recurring, that I'm responsible for. And then also any paydays, I went ahead and added those in. And then I went ahead and looked at my calendar to see what events I had going on. So when I placed my stickers, I placed them strategically according to what I knew had going on. I went ahead and added them here. Any out of town trips, anything like that went on first. And then after that, I went ahead and added all of my recurring things. And then after that, I added all of the anniversaries. I cross-referenced my phone to make sure that I wasn't forgetting anything. And so I added all of that here. I also added some wacky holidays just to make things fun. And as you can see, I did decorate it as well after I dated everything. So that is pretty much my process for planning out my monthly. I do also use the calendar on the fridge that I showed you guys earlier. I use my At a Glance, I use this monthly, and then I use the refrigerator calendar for the monthly, and then I use my weekly planner as well. Once I get my monthly planned, I know what I need to do for that week. So I'll come here, I'll look at the week, I'll take all of this information and I'll transfer that on my weekly calendar. And that just works so well for me. This has really been a game changer for me. I, again, know a lot of people don't use the monthly, but I have to use the monthly. In order for me to feel like I know everything that's going on, it's a must. So I do use multiple methods of kind of adding things to a schedule. I use my phone schedule, and then I'll use this as well. But when it comes to actually looking to see what we have going on for the month, this is where I'm gonna go. And so this has really helped me so much to just stay on track with all of those tasks. A combination of the 3 calendars that I use for monthlies is just working so well for me. So I definitely recommend start using your monthly. Even if you don't use it the way I use it, you don't have to add all the stickers and all of that good stuff. Just start by writing in those appointments and see if that helps you. So that is it, guys. I'm so happy to have planned out my July, because once I have this planned for the month, I'm telling you, I have so much clarity. And so I'm so glad I was able to plan that out with you guys today. Hopefully that helped you. It gave you a little insight into kind of how my brain works. You saw my whole entire process of how I do things. And so now I am ready for July. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you stopping by my channel today. Again, I hope this helped you in some way, which means you'll be inspired to hit that thumbs up if you like the video. You'll also consider subscribing to my channel if you're new here, and you'll come back and you'll catch another video, in which case I'll see you guys then.